although I mostly day-to-day concern myself with other, big news events in the world, these issues are close to my heart, very important, and as I say, it's great to be involved. I was happy to be asked. So, and thanks most of all to everyone for coming out. This is what makes democracy great and fun.
Which democracy?
Makes it work.
Stop your nonsense. There ain't no democracy. If it was democracy, all candidates would be heard. I'm a Canadian citizen, and I respect democracy, and this is not democracy.
I'll introduce the candidates now who are here. Closest to me is Cathy Crowe from the New Democratic Party.
Fraud.
And then Mark Day from the Green Party of Canada. And Glenn Murray with the Liberal Party.
We must stand up for the rights of all. And did you forget Phil Sarrazin?
Kevin, I'm going to say it. Okay, Kevin?
Let's you introduce the candidate. He's a candidate.
Hey, Kevin, I'm not finished, okay? Just patience. I'm introducing as well Phil Sarrazin, who is over in the corner there. We're going to give him a chance to speak.
And who does he represent?
Name the party.
The People's Political Party of Ontario.
People's
the
Political Party of
14th
Ontario.
political party in Ontario.
Yes, thank you.
God bless you.
Thank you. And I believe Catherine Holiday is also here from the Communist Party.
God bless you, Catherine. I signed your paper.
Okay, great.
Democracy.
So we're going to start with opening statements. I'll just go through how this is going to work. We'll give each candidate 3 minutes to make an opening statement. And then we have a panel of 4 community members, a community panel, who will each get a chance to ask the candidates a question and answer it. And then we'll open it up to you. If you want to stand, we'll have a microphone over at the podium, at the microphone stand there, if you want to ask a question. And I think there's also been cards handed out if you prefer to write a question down and have me ask it, that's fine too, but it's up to you. And then we'll have some closing statements, and that'll be it. And we have the room until about 9 o'clock or so. We're told we can't really go past 9, so we've got some time to get into it and really discuss the issues, but we'll have to wrap it up around 9 o'clock. We also have a timer here who, for the purpose of all the candidates who are participating. She has a yellow card and a red card. And yellow card means you've got 1 minute left, and red card means your time is up and we're going to move on to somebody else. So I hope everyone respects that. It's a fairly simple rule system, and works great if everyone just has their amount of time. So we'll have opening statements for 3 minutes each, and we'll start with Cathy Crowe.
Thank you, everybody. First of all, thanks to the organizers. I know you worked hard and started this process way back months ago. And just by doing that, this is the first all candidates meeting in Toronto Centre. You have put housing on your agenda. Thank you. So I want to tell you my dream. My dream is the same as it was 13 years ago when colleagues and I formed the Toronto Disaster Relief Committee. And we did that in response to what we were seeing in terms of the conditions of homelessness and substandard housing. And we came together with this idea that we were going to declare homelessness a national disaster. We wrote a report. We were going to call for a national housing program, a provincial housing program, and the city to also step to the plate in a better fashion.
You failed.
So we had this idea. We actually launched it, and Ursula Franklin, well-known scientist, physicist, spoke at our press conference and said it was a man-made disaster. And I put to you tonight, it still is a man-made disaster. And I want to change that. But the story didn't end there. We actually took this concept to Jack Layton and asked him to take the national call that it was a disaster across the country, and he did that. And community groups, many of you in this room, organized. And what did it do? it accomplished a new federal program on homelessness.
But it failed.
It put homelessness and housing on the front page of the Toronto Star for 13 days.
It still failed.
It put housing right to the spot in front of the issue.
Failed, Kathy. You failed.
And we have to keep fighting, and my passion to be in Queen's Park is to reinvigorate and link with community-based organizations and all the housing advocates so that we will win a housing program in the province.
You are against
Because we can do it.
She's still against the people.
And
Yes.
just to give Kevin a
You
little
took the
credit,
vote for Phil Sarrazin, but you're still against
Kevin has been a housing activist also. You can read about him in my book, Dying for a Home.
homeless people, and tonight
So we are going to fight for housing.
the right to debate. That makes you a fraud, Kathy.
I voted for you to be able to
It makes you
stay.
a fraud. It makes you a fraud.
I voted for you to
If
be
you
able
were
to stay
fighting
this week.
for the
I have no
homeless,
problem with
then you
that.
would stand up and speak. You have a vote, but that still does not stop democracy. Yes, but Canadians have a right to know.
So we're going to carry on with the fight for housing.
Are you a fraud?
And I've been close to doing the rim job, but I've been a street nurse for about 30 years, and I'm now going to take my work into Queen's Park. Thank you.
Thanks, Kathy. We'll next have Mark Day from the Green Party with his opening statement.
God bless you, Mark. Get one round for their money. Join the People's Party.
Hello, I'm Mark Day, set with the Green Party of Ontario. I'm a first-time candidate, and I'd like to thank the organizers for inviting me to join in this debate tonight. I will be right up front with you and tell you that I don't have a lot of experience with housing, as my colleagues may have, but it's an issue that's very important to me. It's an issue that is it's very important in this riding in particular. There's a lot of housing issues, as we all know, and I'm very open to hearing what is needed to be done and doing what I can to make things better. And I think, and I just would like to hear as much as I can and learn. I'm here to learn and do the best I can for the party. So thank you.
Thanks very much, Mark. We'll have Glenn Murray from the Liberal Party.
Thank you, first to all of you. Thank you very much for coming out tonight. And, we all have very busy lives. And to be a little bit more than a voter or a taxpayer and care enough about your community to give up an evening to share your views and to listen to those of us who put our hat in the ring. I want to thank all of you very much. I know many of you in this room have spent your lives as somewhat unsung heroes dedicated to more affordable housing. When you walk down the street and you see someone lying in the street, you take that not as a terrible thing, but as an act of personal responsibility to try and make a difference. I also want to thank Kathy and Mark, both who have incredible records of community service in different ways, but very valuable ways. And we should be very thankful that we have people of their quality who are putting themselves up for elected office. Something happened to me in 1998. I got elected mayor of Canadian City, which for an LA guy was kind of a weird thing, especially on a very socially conservative city. And at that point, I believed that anything in my life was possible. And one of the things I've always believed in, and I will go to my grave, is I spent about a decade of my life working with street and golf youth in Winnipeg. I'm going to make a deal with you. I will never talk when you speak, and I would just like the same respect, okay?
Well, Glenn. Democracy, and in a democratic election, these people should not make the choice. It was made by Election Ontario. So you, as a representative, should stand up and speak out for democracy. if there was democracy, I would not be speaking now, would I? This is supposed to be an all-candidate debate on housing, and you stack the slate with Kathy Crow, NDP supporters, who says that man should not speak. This is democracy. When law enforcement came here, you denied me the right to speak. Now I'm back on a provincial level as a political party leader of the 14th political party in Ontario, and we stand for democracy. Democracy. This is not democracy. This man has never ran an election before. Phil Sheridan has ran before. So you tell me how your criteria works. He said this is his first election. So how can you abuse the last election status? Remember, you can twist democracy, you can claim democracy, but democracy is not. Give him a chance, what? Roll forward, fix an election on me. Took a job I worked for. Now I'm back on a provincial level, and all candidates have a right to be heard. Now Phil Sheridan may sit down and let me watch him, because he is a nice guy. I'm not nice. Somebody comes to democracy. I have been a victim of you beating me up, threatening my family in Scarborough when you banned me from Mary Ward. That's why I'm back. My back is gone. I can't run the election because I can't function physically because you let your counsel beat me up, harassing me. You want democracy. You respect it. You respect. I am here to defend my candidate. I'm not taking that. I defend all candidates. This is an election. Still may not want to win, but I'm going to make you win. Take which boss? Blake Martin, I didn't run against you because I liked you. That's the only reason I bowed out of Toronto Senate.